Hi, so before we start, I wanted to apologise for not having video last week. My mental health was just not where it needed to be. And speaking of that, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. My dog is snoring in the background, that's the noise you can hear. So, mental illness. Mental illness affects everybody differently. So sometimes it can last a person a lifetime, sometimes it's only for a short time, and it can relapse whenever it feels like, which is lovely. So I went through a pretty bad stage when I was about 15, so 10 odd years ago, and it was just, I didn't want to do anything, didn't want to see anybody, was just really upset, and yeah, don't know what triggered it and don't really know what made it go away, but it does come back, and when it does, it's not fun. There are many different types of mental illness. You've got your mood disorders, which is your depression or your bipolar. You've got your anxiety disorders, your personality disorders, your psychotic disorders, which is like schizophrenia and stuff like that. You've got eating disorders, your trauma ones, which is just basically like your PTSD, and there's substance abuse as well. Mental illness usually affects your thoughts, your mood, your behaviour sometimes, the way that you see yourself and the way that you see yourself, the world, and how you function in your friendships and relationships. So it can really hit anything and everything, and it's different for everybody. And because it is the number one most diagnosed thing at the moment, it can be pretty serious. Sorry, I have a notes here because my brain's not working. So some of the signs to look out for was like poor concentration, bad memory, and not being able to follow conversations. I find that that is one thing that happens to me all the time. My brain just doesn't want to work, basically. And so also an increase or decrease of sleep. I've definitely noticed that my lack of sleep has really come into effect recently, and I'm getting way less sleep than I already was, which is great because I don't sleep very well anyway. Lack of motivation. So as you can see from the lack of videos last week, it was a pure lack of motivation. I just did not want to film, and then I did film something but I hated it, so I deleted it. I didn't want to edit anything, and I was just like, nah, it's not happening this week. It was just like the whole thought of it was just like I didn't want to do it, like it was too much for me to do. And it's crazy, I've been doing this every week this whole year, well most weeks this whole year, and it's crazy that sometimes your brain just goes no, and then the effects that flow on from that as well. Like that's usually my first thing, is noticing that I don't want to do the things that I always do. The next one was withdrawing from people. Now, I'm an introvert anyway, and yeah, I definitely noticed that I wasn't participating in conversations unless they asked me like questions or they spoke to me personally, but even then I didn't want to really talk back. And I'm like that anyway, but seeing as though it was like, I don't know, it kind of put that on like Mega Drive, and I just really did not want to be there or talk to those people, even though I see those people every single day. Another thing is not looking after yourself, so this could be in the self-hygiene or the responsibilities. So basically doing the things that not doing the things, that you're supposed to do. So this could be housework, it could be, like I said before, self-hygiene, it could be things that you have to do with your work that you just don't want to do, and it's basically putting yourself in a worse position than what you are usually in. So yeah, so that could be basically anything from not having a shower every single day, or not cleaning the kitchen, or whatever. I've run out of examples. Alright, so some treatments for mental disorders can be, especially if you go consult your doctor, which you probably should do. I never did, but I am a self-diagnosing queen, so anyway, if you do go to the doctor, they may prescribe you some antidepressants or mood stabilizers, depending on which way that you fall more. But there is some other ways that you can do this without taking medication, and that is exercise is number one. So get yourself outside on a sunny day like today and go for a walk, go for a jog, lift some weights, do whatever exercise that you want to do. That will usually help. Also, healthy diet. So eat your greens, eat your veggies, eat your protein. Don't just order Macca's and get it delivered to your house. So yeah, just make sure that you're still drinking water, you're still eating pretty healthy, and it should help with all of that. And two other things, relaxation or meditation. I cannot meditate for the life of me, but sometimes just taking the time out to even do like your self-care routine, having a coffee, putting on a breather, maybe watch a little bit of a TV show or a movie, something along those lines. Sometimes that can really pull you out of your funk. And yeah, I will say that type of thing does help a little bit. Now I do this 4 times a week, and it does help. Even if I don't want to go, I still force myself to. And that's every single day. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So I make sure that I try and force myself to go out even if I really don't want to, because it does put me in a little bit of a better mood. And yeah, so any of those tricks, you might have some of your own. Yeah. But if you are really worried about this, or if you're worried about a friend, you can call Beyond Blue. I'll put the number up on the screen. Beyond Blue, or you can call Lifeline as well. Now both of these places have online support as well, so if you don't wish to speak in person, jump on to the online support, just because I know that I definitely wouldn't want to call these people. I get more anxiety talking on the phone than anything else, so I would jump on the online support. Alright, so that is it for this week's video. Sorry there wasn't one last week. Please like the video, comment below any things that you want to say about this. It can be personal experience, it could be things that will help out other people. And yeah, subscribe, ring that bell, it helps me, it helps you, it helps Millie back here. And I will hopefully see you next week with a new video. Alright, so some